guys who are in the mastermind, just real quick, how powerful was it just being in a room with people watching your back and helping you out?
I was going to say, I think it's huge because one of the things that Colin and I were talking about last night, and we're co-presenting together, is we would have never known the other person existed and how we could help each other if we hadn't met through you. That's a perfect example.
Huge example. Over here, Lisa, over here.
For those of you that are wired to be implementers, to be builders, the power of a mastermind for me personally is that you're going to be going and presenting what your project is to a group of peers who are as serious as you are. So it ramps up your game, because it's very different when you're mulling around and going through all your details in your head over and over again, a million, jillion different times. It's different when you're presenting it to other people. So you get much more clarity of thought. And sometimes things that sound great in your head sound stupid when it comes out of your mouth. And then you realize, oh, yeah, I need to change that.
And it's so good to be around people you trust to tell you the truth. Yeah. One of the reasons to get into masterminds or brainstorm for things is somebody that will tell you the freaking truth. Your family's not going to tell you the truth. The guys down at the watering hole are not going to tell you the truth. They may not know the truth. They may tell you their opinion, which is wildly off base. Being in a room of people who share your passion for business. How many people have trouble talking to their family or friends about being in business? Yeah. Not only just being introduced, but having people watch your back. Yeah, back here.
What I wanted, because people talk about my father all the time, what I wanted to talk about the power of it real quick. My dad actually pulled me out of school once when I was 10 years old, and he said, listen, you can learn this anytime tomorrow or the next day. I'm going to take you to a brainstorming session with Jay Abraham. And that's where the magic happens. And you're about to learn stuff that you will never learn in school. And it was totally true. And I would do the same thing with my kids in a heartbeat.
In fact, Jim Curley, one of our writers, I know you didn't mean it literally, but a testimony that I got from him long ago was skip college and instead get involved in this stuff, learn how to write and get your foundation down. Now, Jim's a very smart guy and knows a lot about stuff. And Jim, just real quickly, what's the difference between what you learn in school and what you learn by hanging out with guys who share your passion for business and just having somebody else to talk to?
Yeah, that's the difference between the real world and theory.
Good way to put it.
Yeah, when you've got your own money on the line and it's real money, it's a big difference between somebody who's standing in front of a class of college students and telling you what may work or what may not work. So when there's real money on the line, it's a big difference.
Yeah. I think it's when you read these stories about guys like Zuckerberg and stuff, they start in their dorm room and you get into the story, they've got people around them that will come into and out of their lives. And the ones that stick are the ones that they may not be business majors, but they have a business sense. They say, they kind of like the old things where they go, hey kids, let's put on the show. And then you're either in or you're out. If you're out, if you're not going to help, then I'm not going to hang out with you and you're not part of this thing because I'm going someplace. So we can still be friends. We can still hang out. We can golf together, but we're not going to talk business. I'm going to talk business with the guys who understand business, who share my passion for success, and who understand what it means to be an entrepreneur. And one of the first things it means to be an entrepreneur is that you must be willing to be a little isolated at first. Because again, you can't talk to your friends about this. You can, they're just not going to understand. They're actually going to root for you to fail because they want you back. You are living proof. The first time you make $1 online or sending out some mail or doing something, the first time you do that, you have just crushed all of their excuses for not changing their lives. You are taking action. That's why you guys are different. When you come out and you do this stuff, you're going to come back and you go, wow, I was at this event. I met all these people. It's really exciting. They're going to go, oh, there's a football game on later tonight. Oh, okay. So getting in masterminds really makes sense.